I have the pink long loom here. I'm going to show you how to do the box stitch. It's also sometimes called the double ribbing stitch on the long looms. You can see I've already put my slip knot on my anchor peg. Now the box stitch or the double ribbing stitch, basically you wrap twice on each side before crossing the loom to the other side. So I'm going to wrap this peg, go up, wrap around, then wrap around again, go down, wrap around, across, wrap around, up. I'm going around, down, across, it seems like a pretty complicated wrap, but it's one of those that once you get the pattern of this down, it's much easier. Now, I'm finished with my first row. The figure 8 wrap, or any wrap that you do across the long loom, when you wrap the second time, you're basically just looping this last peg once, and then you're going to wrap a second time, following the path of the yarn as it is on the loom exactly. So you basically go back the other direction, wrapping each peg just exactly the way it was wrapped before. If your yarn does not match up with the way it was wrapped the last time, you need to take a look at that until you can trace it back exactly the way it was before. Okay, you can see I have wrapped the loom twice, but when you look at it from this side, the path of the yarn is exactly the same. Okay, and then we're just going to knit off, taking the bottom loop off each peg and over the top one. We're going to do that on both sides of the loom. Okay, so I knitted off on both sides of the loom. As you can see, I'm just about finished. I have just a few pegs left to go. And when I get done, you keep doing that over and over again. You go back and you wrap after you've pushed all your loops down on your pegs. You go back and you wrap again, looping this last peg one time and then tracing the yarn on the loom just as it was before. So you're not doing anything new, you're just always tracing the yarn back across the loom in the same path that you started with. And that is how we do the box stitch, or the double ribbing stitch it's sometimes called. This is a unique stitch to the long looms, and it's something I like because you can take this and you can eventually vary it to create the honeycomb stitch.